If you start to lose track of the purpose and you start to let the numbers lead you into a direction, oh, I'm gonna do what gets me numbers, not do what's for my purpose, you'll start to lose yourself.
Welcome back to the #1 podcast in the metaverse, my friends. Yeah, you heard it right. #1 in the metaverse. We're taking over all of these areas that don't even exist yet. But today, we're actually in a new location, Phoenix, Arizona, my friends. Take a look around. A lot smaller setup, a lot more intimate with the boys. You know, we're getting a lot closer with the boys on this trip, I would say.
Maybe a little too close, if I'm being honest. This is pretty much the entirety of the Airbnb. You can see it all in shot right now.
We pretty much went from like a massive mega mansion in Texas to tiny apartment, but I'm glad because we're getting closer. And today we actually have a special guest on, and we're going to get closer to him today. He's going to tell us a little bit more about himself. He's a legend in the photography space, one of the coldest photographers / videographers in the game. He's taken photos for Tyreek Hill. He used to be Destroying's filmer. He's also photographed some of the biggest comedians in the world. We have the man, the myth, the legend, David Radsick. Let's go. Welcome on, boys.
Yes,
welcome on.
Welcome,
Just a dope guy. I can't lie. You know, I always be watching your Instagram stories. And you're always talking about motivation and inspiring the youth because I don't even know why, but why? Why?
That's really all it's about, bro. In all honesty, like the glory and glam of like everything else. By the way, I don't feel like I'm some legend in the game. That's what y'all are saying, right?
You know, I'm telling you that there's a lot of people that I watch on social media, but you feel like when you talk, you genuinely want to impact people. Yeah. Like a lot of people post stuff for this and that and this, but tell the people like who you are, a little bit about yourself, and so they can get to know you.
In all honesty, my biggest goal has always been to be like a motivational speaker, to always make an impact in some way. Because there was people in my life that were, you know, idols or whatever, that have made an impact on me. So I love the feeling that I get when this guy talks or I feel empowered from this. I want to be that for somebody else. Wow. So that was always me. And then I just figured like, how can I be the guy that I'm like impacting or the guy that makes the impact, right? Mm-hmm. So my fault, I'll be talking with my hands a lot. Hopefully I don't get in my
No, you're good, bro. It's good for the pod so they can track those hands. Track those hands.
They can feel me, right? What was I saying?
You're just being motivational, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just trying to figure out a way to like make myself that person to like help other people feel good, because that's honestly like all I've ever cared about. And I used to post like Snapchat stories like, hey, like the corny, like get up and get this bread or get to the grind while I'm detailing cars at a car dealership, right? Like people were like, shut the fuck up. Like, what are you talking, bro? You make no money. Like, what you're telling me?
Like, who are you to say?
Yeah, who are you telling me to be productive? But
when you're doing like a normal job, like working.
But in reality, it's never about what you're currently doing. It's about where you see yourself and the goals that you have, right?
Yes,
so for me, the reason why I kept doing it and kept, you know, pressing like, hey guys, like y'all gotta be great. And I was preaching a bunch of mindset shit. It wasn't just like, oh, get up and get to it. But AC shut off. It got loud. And like I started feeling like I'm talking loud. But damn, bro, I lose my train of thought.
No, it's good, bro.
You know, they say like how you do anything is how you do everything. So it's good that you got that mindset while you're detailing cars and stuff. Because some people, they'll be like working a random job that maybe they don't want to see themselves doing in the long run, and they'll put like no effort into it. But if you keep that same mindset and you're like grinding with that mindset, I feel like it takes you way farther than just, oh, I'm just doing it to get it done.
Yeah.
No, it most definitely does, because I'll tell you right now, if I didn't try to be the best at like everything I did, I wouldn't be here right now. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't the best like
car dealer or car.
Yeah, I wasn't the best like car detailer, but I did shit with the most I guess
determination
and like positivity behind it. Like no matter what,
you're like, I'm gonna wash this car. Nice.
It was like when people give you issues and things, like, you know, clearly there's people mad about, oh, you missed this or you missed it, but like how you deal with anything is how you deal with everything too. Mm-hmm. So not only like how you do everything, but how you deal with things. Mm-hmm. So like if I approach you on some like BS, like getting mad at you, I was always the type of person that like had a different outlook on life.
Like you understood that maybe that person was going through something.
For sure.
And they were getting mad at you for washing their car even though you were doing it right. you think they were going through something in their life, so you had an understanding mindset.
Yeah, but also knowing that, like, I'm not limited to this. So you might come up to me, well, you fucking suck at your job. You missed this, this, and this.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I've always been more than what I currently am.
Mm.
At the end of the day, what you're doing right now, and this is for all the people out here too, like, what you're doing right now doesn't define you as a person,
Yeah.
but the way you treat other people, how you move through life when it comes to being genuine and loving yourself, that's the important stuff. So I'm showing up to a job that I don't let define me, knowing that I'm greater than this certain job that
Where
I'm
you
doing.
are right now.
It helps you get through that day. Because if I feel like this is all that
If you don't have any hope, then you can't. If
Exactly.
you think this is it, then why you keep going? And you need a little bit of hope in life.
If I feel like if all that life has for me is working at this car dealership, everything that comes to me, because then you want your life to be easy. You want your days to be easy, because now it's just a regular day.
Yeah.
I show up to work to detail a car or to work at a restaurant. You know, some people work at restaurants. And when somebody gives you a bad day, the only reason you're going to get mad is because you feel like they're trying you, and they're like, if they get mad and start talking to you in a certain way, you feel like they're attacking your character or that they're attacking. But in reality, they're just attacking how you do this certain job, but that job's not meant for you.
Yeah.
Like, this is just something that you need to do to take care of yourself. And all I had to do was pay bills, you know what I'm saying? So my mindset was just always on something greater. So then getting like...
So yeah, let me ask, how did you get from working at a car washing place to being like one of the coldest photographers and videographers in the game? Like, how did you make that transition? Like, how did you go from there to there?
It wasn't necessarily just one like little transition. And
But you were doing it while you were doing it?
I was doing both.
Okay.
And I've had several like car wash jobs while I was doing it, because I've always prioritized like myself and...
You're good, bro.
I've
Like, go off on that, because a lot of people, this is something I want to say. A lot of people think that they have to be fully dedicated to this thing in order to get there. So I'm telling a lot of people are like, oh, I work a normal job. How do I have time to make photography my main thing? You're going to have to work a normal job while doing photography at the same time. Like, a lot of people will be like, oh, if I could do photography full time, then I could do it. Like, if that's all they could do. You got to do both until that becomes the main. You know what I'm saying? But no one understands that you have to do this while doing that. They want to be able to do this thing that they really want. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like you did that.
It's like to be a champion, you have to train like a champion. You know, I'm around athletes a lot, so I say a lot of things of like training or championships or sports or whatever. But you think about it like that. Like, do you think the guy that... Because you could easily say, man, like the Super Bowl happened yesterday, right?
Yep,
So you could easily say, man, if I won the Super Bowl, I'd be able to afford the training that I need to get right to da-da-da-da. Like, people think like this, right? They think that if they have something, I'm just using it as a scenario or as an analogy.
Yeah.
You think if you have something, it'll be easier. But the whole thing that they're not realizing is it's a next level to that shit. You don't understand that the problems that you have right now, working this job and trying to grind photography, you don't understand that those problems are so small compared to the problems you will face when you do photography full time. Because now every second of your day is relying on if you get out of bed or not. And when I have a regular job, I had to work today until 4. Okay, let me call out. That's not affecting me and my goals. That's affecting that job and maybe my position with that certain employer. But when you work for yourself or you're doing your own thing, you're getting up every day. You guys do YouTube. You guys do podcasts.
If we
100% self-employed.
If one day we're just feeling like tired and like we're like, oh, bro, I don't want to film today. I don't want to film this podcast today. It's affecting us directly. Whereas if you have like a normal job, you don't go in. It's like it doesn't really affect you as much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And someone else is holding you accountable when you go into a normal job. Or when you go into, you know what I'm saying?
And that's a crazy thing.
You have to hold,
bro.
Like when you go into school, almost everyone watching is probably in school or at least been to school once in their life, I hope. If not, I hope one day that you can, because it's a cool thing.
And if you don't, fuck school.
Yeah, honestly. No, honestly though, yeah. But like, I'm sure a lot of people have been at least one time, you know? But when you go in, it's like, okay, it's not even a question in your mind. You're like, all right, I'm going in. Like when you're working a normal job, you're like, all right, I'm going in. I got to be in.
It's a system.
And there's no like, oh, what if I don't go in today? But we don't hold ourselves to the same accountability.
Bro, if you put in that same...
No, not with your left hand. Dap me up, bro.
Like if you put in that same amount of time that you're working at like the car detailing place or like whatever normal job you're working towards your goals, it's insane
I'm
how
gonna break
far
it down.
you could go.
You know why it's hard for people to do that?
Why?
Because
I want to hear this because
they don't hold themselves to standards that other people hold them to. If you work for me, I'm gonna hold you to my standard of minimum of what you have to do to work here. So you're gonna make sure you meet those minimum requirements to stay around. Nobody gives themselves morals or something to follow for themselves
Like
to make sure that they
standards.
stay in line.
Yeah.
Nobody sets their own standards for
No
themselves.
one's gonna fire them. They can still.
But the
keep,
problem with that is when you're your own boss and you're doing your own thing and you're setting your own standards, you let yourself slide because it's you. You feel me? If you came to work for me, I'm gonna be, hey, you got to do this.
But
make sure
isn't that crazy though? How we literally like we're not when we're going in a normal job. It doesn't like you're not passionate about going into that car.
But you'll never
washing
miss a
plates.
day. But you'll never
Or
miss a day,
working at
right?
Publix
Yeah.
or working at like a grocery stop, but you won't miss a day. Yeah, that's like I want to be the best grocer ever, like the best bagger ever. No, you want to be the best photographer. But a lot of people like lose that passion once they leave their normal job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then, so you asked me like how to transition into it though.
yeah.
My transition was long, at least in that moment. Like, guys, if y'all like that's watching, if y'all are experiencing some shit to where y'all feel like y'all never be able to get out of the situation that y'all are in, I promise it's slow, but a steady process that you have to stay on. You have to really believe in yourself and believe what you're doing. Because at the end of the day, I can tell you, oh, I'm about to make music, but I'm trash as fuck. You get what I'm saying, though? There's people that have, not to say, because I'm a big believer in, like, chase your dreams, chase your goals, and believe in yourself more than anybody else does. But then there's a point of, like, you're just trying to do, you're trying to do unrealistic things, which I don't feel like your goals should be realistic. But for me, like, I know that I can do photography, right? So I can only talk from like that, right?
Like you're a good photographer.
Well, when I first started, I wasn't.
You were
honestly.
trash.
Yeah, I was trash, but
But you
wasn't.
thought you were the best.
But I thought I was the best, and that's what you have to have. You have to have that self-belief, right? Obviously, like, but the drive to get better, because I can think I'm the best all day, but if I'm not getting better, all I'll ever do is stay at that same spot
And just be thinking.
And if nobody else think I'm the best, then I'm gonna stay right there. You feel me? So it takes a lot of like grinding at whatever you have to do, and then doing not what you need to do, but what you force yourself. So what you say, I have to do this to be successful. And I laid out my goals, bro. In all honesty, the way that I got out of it, in my room, like where I grew up, I wrote in Sharpie and I'm not telling y'all to do this. Y'all mom's gonna beat y'all ass. My mom just like, it was a positive thing. So my mom kind of like came in, what the hell are you doing? You know, type of thing. And then she was like, okay, I wrote affirmations all over my room.
Dang, that's
everywhere. Everywhere I look, it's an affirmation in my room. But I came from a spot when it comes from like, you got to work for everything you want. I didn't grow up in no household that was like terrible. But if I need anything greater than what anybody else has, I have to work for it because nobody has anything extra to give me. So I tapped into this mindset of, okay, I know what I got to do, and here's where I want to be. Now, what do I have to do? If you get a regular job, the same way how we say we show up for these jobs, but we're not showing up for ourselves. If you get a job and I say, hey, in order for you to be a manager, you have to be here 1,000 hours. You have to put in, you have to get an A+ on all your this, and that.
Yeah.
But why do we not do that for ourselves? Why do I not tell myself I need to be here for 1,000 hours? Why do I not tell myself?
Facts.
Why do you think that is?
Responsibility. Honestly.
Self-discipline, all that, bro.
But self-discipline can go into a whole nother avenue.
Let's go there. Let's drive down the
No,
avenue.
we definitely can.
I feel like it's a little bit is there's no like repercussions.
Yeah.
Like if
I
you're
think
working a
that's the
job,
biggest
if you're
thing.
working a
There's
job,
no immediate repercussions.
Yeah,
but
but
a lot of people
then
are
there's
thinking
mental
short term.
repercussions in the long term.
Definitely in the long term,
Yeah.
but all people can see.
Yeah.
Like not everyone, but a lot of people, they're so focused on the short term. Like everyone's attention span is like 15
But that's also
seconds.
the reason of why they don't feel confident in themselves enough to chase those secondary things that they want to do. Like
they
get
really
this
wanna
job,
do.
because they can't see the future. So they don't know. Maybe I do this for a year and it don't work out. Then where am I going to be? So they think.
But I guarantee you, if you don't do it, it's definitely not going to work out.
It's not going to happen. So no matter what, somebody told me this a while back and it always stuck with me. The fuck did he tell me? I don't
What did he tell you?
No, he told me, he said, time's going to pass anyway. And when he said this to me, he's like, time's going to pass anyway. You either not going to do it or you are. Like, there's no reason to spend time talking about it. You either get up and do it or
Unless
you're
you're doing
not
a
going to do it.
podcast, then take your time, talk about it.
Huh?
I said unless you're doing a podcast, then take your time and talk about it because
But
that's
that's,
doing
yeah,
it.
yeah.
He was
no,
going
no,
off.
facts.
He was going off.
Facts.
My bad.
No, you're straight. That's funny.
No, but dude, that's so true. Either you're going to do it or you're not going to do it.
Yeah. But then when it comes to like self-discipline, so you want to jump into that. Like what do y'all think? So when it comes to like what you guys had to do, right? How much
Um,
self-discipline did it require for you guys to? I want to know about that, honestly. When you
Yes,
guys
I would
started
say-
off,
He was working a job at an ice cream shop.
I would say I had more self-discipline back then than I do now. Dude, I would probably the most self-disciplined I'd ever been when we first started YouTube. I was working.
do you feel like that's because you feel more entitled now?
I don't know. I feel like it's a constant, like, you have to remind yourself of why you started, and it's constant, like, battle. But in the beginning, I feel like why is because I was working a normal job. I was working at an ice cream shop. I was going to school. I was, like, in high school, but I was going to college. So that took up a majority of my day, and we still filmed our videos. And at the time, Nick didn't edit. We didn't have an editor, so I was editing pretty much everything at the time and still found a way to, like, post. And then when I was like, yo, if I remove school, which means, like, drop out, and if I, like, quit my job, if I dedicate all those hours, like 40 hours a week that I'm working, the 30 hours that I'm, like, grinding on school homework, if I literally take those 70, 80 hours and put it on YouTube, like, actually, though, like, a lot of people say they will, but they don't. If I actually do, dude, there's no reason why this can't work better than it is, because it was working while I was doing all that already. So it's like, I feel like back then it wasn't even a question. It was like, yo, we're posting this day, it's going up.
So
It was just figure it out. It
but
was
it's
nothing
changed
else.
though. Like you feel like you're honestly not more disciplined now? Because I'm gonna tell you what it is exactly. What will fix your problem?
No, I know, and I want to hear this. I would say now we still do our stuff, but it's a more of a different battle. Because in the beginning it was like I want to prove myself this, and this.
And I think it was new and exciting too, as part of it too.
And
like,
that's
'cause
the
we've been
reason why
doing it for like
yeah.
6 years, so it's like, I mean, it's still like doing it, but it's not like the same feeling.
See, I
as the
feel like you
beginning.
got to just take a step back, right?
Yeah.
Clearly take in everything that you have going on and enjoy it and definitely be in the moment. But you have to, what is going to fix everything is set goals, new goals, right? Because
Yeah.
now you know what's achievable. So you're probably only setting achievable goals. Oh, we're starting a podcast, which is phenomenal. But set real goals that are like because in all honesty, you're working in an ice cream shop. How likely is it for you to be a successful YouTuber? How
It was
likely
probably 1 in a million, probably at the
Okay,
time.
so what you have to do is find another goal that's 1 in a million and go for that. And if you really want it, your discipline gonna change.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm having to do. That we all deal with shit, bro. People think that I talk like I'm so positive, bro. We deal with all.
No,
I'm dealing
Yeah.
with shit every day by myself. I don't have nobody out here that I know. I'm going home by myself dealing with shit, right?
Yeah.
People think from what you're
They
posting.
probably see all of us and they're like, oh, dude, they're traveling the country. They're filming crazy vids. We started this podcast and everything. And then there's some days where you're just.
Yeah, like this past week, basically.
Yeah, bro. Like, there's days where you're just mentally, you're like, dude, what am I doing? I don't know. Just trying to figure it out. That's a big reason why we started the podcast is because there's no way to be fake on here. You're talking for an hour. It's just you got to be real. And
So
like,
do you feel like with the YouTube stuff, like it gets tiring planning out what's gonna because me, bro, in all honesty, I've been around the YouTube stuff a lot and a lot of stuff that like me and D film, it's athlete stuff, so it's real,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we have skits where we film, like we'll film a TikTok skit
Yeah.
but like when you have a YouTube channel of like, oh, we're about to plan out all this, does sometimes that shit get tiring of like you're playing essentially whether your videos are real or not, you're playing a character. Does that ever like fuck with your mind when you come back to regular life or when you jump on the podcast? Do you ever feel like, oh, these people are going to see who I really am? And
I think I like the podcast.
I like the pod because it shows you who you really are.
Yeah, we can be ourselves like the most. Like I'd say our main channel is, I mean, it's not like a character. Like over time, we've learned to be more of ourselves, but still you have that like hyped up energy because I don't know, it's just like something when you turn the camera on, it's just kind of like that. And then the vlogs are like more real, and then the pod's like the most like real. Like this is
Everything's
really
real.
us.
Like everything we do is real.
Yeah, we
but-
don't film fake vids.
Nah,
Yeah.
for sure not. But you see even the evolution of that though, like just your audience is gonna learn to love you. But the thing that you're also gonna realize too is that less people are gonna fuck with your podcast than the other videos because this is less engaging, entertaining. This is gonna be people that watch this, they want to know who
Yeah.
you are. And they
I think
wanna-
it's less, but it goes deeper.
it's deeper.
So you
These-
can have a lot of people shallow and then a little bit more. Like main channel here, a lot of people watch, but they don't know us on a deeper level. Then the vlog, you know us a little more. And the podcast, maybe even less people, but you know us.
Yeah, that's
You
how
know?
it is.
Or
You're gonna
deep.
have a lot less people watching this, but the people that watch this are gonna love you more than anybody else.
Yeah, that's facts.
Because
That's
I'm not
facts.
gonna lie, I don't. For example, you mentioned like the impulsive thing. Have you ever watched Impulsive? I've never in my life watched any of Logan Paul's vlogs ever. I've never seen one.
Dang.
I've watched 200 episodes of Impulsive
Dang.
because I like getting to know people. I like hearing people have conversations.
And I think that a big reason why we started too is like we're aging up like with our audience, and this is like a way like older people they just love like hearing like real life, like real. They don't need all like they just want real stuff like this talk. You know what I mean?
Okay, so since we're in this topic right here, I'm damn near about to interview y'all right here. What's something that y'all could tell some of these people? Because I don't know if people ask y'all shit like this. Y'all over here flirting on the camera. You good, bro?
Yeah.
He ain't said nothing. You got the George seat. That's probably why George don't say nothing on the podcast.
It's hard, bro. You feel excluded over here. It's
sorry,
like,
bro.
it's just like,
Hey, we got room right here.
it's hard.
You want to come right here?
No, it's all right.
Then I'm gonna feel penetrated.
See, that's why I was looking
Pause.
over at him. I was like, I'm just I was
Like
about-
psychologically, you know, it feels like if you're walking down the street with your boys and you're at the end and everybody's
I
having
feel like
fun.
you have to be on your phone.
Yeah, that's like
Like the sidewalk, three people
If I
walking
could
and the
pull it
one
out
behind.
right now, it's like when you're at the restaurant. I
Whoa,
would pull
chill
it
out.
I'd be like this.
Pull it
Yo,
out.
let's get a we love you BG in the chat just so that he knows that he's loved, even though he's over there. He's just absorbing the information.
Yeah,
you know?
bro. This man's his energy is.
We do love a
insane.
BG. I mean a BJ. Is that what you said?
No,
I said
no.
BG because
Oh,
that's
his
cut
his
name's
that out.
Brand-
Then.
his
Cut that
name's-
little part out. I ain't
No, we're
on
leaving
that.
it in. We're real.
Oh,
We don't
okay,
cut
yeah,
anything.
yeah,
This is real.
Yeah.
So you
All right,
got to keep
what
going.
were you gonna ask us? I got a question for you after, but
Okay, I was just gonna ask, like, with y'all's, what's the biggest lesson that y'all learned when it came to like self belief? When it came, not in like a lesson of like getting in trouble and stuff, but like I'm sure that there was a point in time. There could have not been, but I'm sure there was a point in time. You said you worked at an ice cream shop, so you're very connected to what your viewers deal with every day. There's people that I listen to podcasts when I was working a car wash. All I did was listen to podcasts. I don't even listen to music like that. It's just podcasts. 3-4 of them in a row. Now my day over.
Dang,
you know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's easy because you listen to one conversation. You went through 3 hours. If it's
Versus
good
like a
podcast.
song, you got to listen to like 100 songs to
I'm
get
gonna play
through
the
the day.
same song 4 million times, and then my day is so long.
and then that song sucks now.
So
So like self-belief.
yeah, what was there any point where you guys
Like a
like
turning point?
asked yourself? No, where you had to like ask yourself, like, am I doing the right shit? Like
Like
is
right
it-
now.
Nah, but y'all already established to where
Yeah.
you guys are just now at a crossroad to where you can do so many.
Where do we
different
want to
things.
go? Where back then it was like, yo, we got to do this. I think for us it was, I don't know if have I told this story before with the Roman Atwood story? I don't think I've told it yet. So like how we watched Roman Atwood all the time. I know you know Roman Atwood.
I do, because that's like the only YouTuber I used to watch.
He
back in the day.
always would do crazy stuff, but he'd always be inspiring in it. Like he'd always leave it with motivation, and he like literally in his vids he would tell us, go get up and do something right now that will go towards your dreams. And literally after one of those videos, we got up and we filmed our first YouTube vid, and that's how we started. Whoa. And I know that there's some, if I ever met Roman Atwood, I would be like, tell him.
Have you never talked to him?
Never talked to him.
Roman, look, bro.
I would break down, bro.
I'd probably
he's-
cry, yeah.
I would cry. He's
Ro-
one of the few people that have ever like changed my life.
Hey,
like
put that camera right there on me right quick. Hey, Roman, you have changed their life, and they have changed millions of people's lives. Come on, bro. You gotta link up with my dog right here.
Like I would break down just because, dude. If we didn't watch him, I don't know if
We'd be
he
here.
would
I don't know if
be
we'd be here.
Like literally, I'm not even trying to be like hyper or like over dramatic.
No, that's crazy.
And I know that's what inspires me the most. Like now is like one kid maybe watching this literally right now will start a YouTube channel or start something and become something, and hopefully come up to me one day and say, "Yo, you're the reason why I started." And I think for me now, that's the only thing that really pushes me, because I don't know. I feel like I've done so much in my life that it's weird that only others literally push me.
You guys are
You know what I
young
mean?
too, though, to even have like experiences like that. But I say the same thing with like how you say that Roman has, he's inspired me, this and that. One thing that I realized in my process was that like the number of followers that you have don't mean nothing compared to the impact, right? At my lowest number of followers, I have impacted people. You guys see my stuff, but you guys see it and you're like, oh, he's spitting some real shit. Or y'all might look at my story or whatever and be like, what the fuck is he talking about? But
No, I think you're spinning the real, bro.
But no matter what you guys
both.
think, there's people that dive into certain perspectives of things that I say that they're like, whoa, this perspective is crazy. This has changed a lot for me. And then people that have personally talked to me on the phone and been like, bro, like I've been following you for a year. I'm glad that you even hit me back, because they were in my message request. I don't have a lot of followers, so I see everybody, right?
Yeah.
So I'll personally talk to people that say that they're impacted by me because of that same shit you just said, of how Roman has inspired you, and you'll break down if That happens at every level.
And that means
bro.
a lot.
That happens at every level. If Roman wasn't as big as he was, I'm sure he would just see your message of whatever, boom, boom, oh, you inspired me. But there's gonna be people that are bigger than me that are gonna be like, oh, you inspired me like to do this. And that's really what I live for too. That same type of thing, I've realized is so much more powerful than anything. People,
It's because it's bigger than yourself.
way bigger. If I'm inspired by what you're doing, bro, you impacted me. You don't even have to do shit else.
I think if you only are driven by like yourself, at least for me, and I want to ask BG and NCK both, is when you're motivated to like push yourself, there's like a limit on that. I feel like there's a cap. Versus someone when you're inspired to like, yo, I'm trying to get this so I can provide for my family or provide for my mom or inspire like a kid. That is a different level. Like I think you max out when you're only pushed by yourself versus when you have external motivation.
That's your ego that some people are pushed by. They're pushed by their ego, money, and different things like that to look, or you're pushed by purpose, and your purpose is what's bigger than everything else. What do I wake up? If I had nothing today, what would be the first thing that I care about? And if I had everything today, I got to make sure that that's still the same thing that I care about. Can y'all hear me? Am I too far from the mic?
No, you're good.
Okay.
You're good.
All right. But you get what I'm saying?
Absorbing.
Like if I wake up and the main thing that if I take everything you have, I'm talking social media,
money,
shuts
followers,
off.
everything.
Social media shuts off. The bank account closed. What's the first thing you do? Who's the first? Not even person. It's probably your parents, of course, because I know you guys have a great relationship with your parents. But like all you guys have, honestly, is each other. They fuck with y'all, but at the end of the day, if y'all not paying no bread, they gonna hang around. But like,
Well, so far the pod's not.
but I'm saying they gonna hang around. But like a lot of people don't know what is their real purpose. You know what I'm saying? Or what their purpose could be, and they are driven by
like
those false things, the ego, or I got to do this to get money. But like you said, it's gonna run out one day. And when you run out of motivation from those external things, what are you gonna look for motivation? And if you always have your purpose first, you'll never lose motivation. The only times that I've ever lost motivation in life is when I stopped putting my purpose and God first. Honestly, I don't know if you can be religious in any sense, but still have your God or whatever.
Yeah.
But you always have to have whatever that purpose is in front of everything. Because some days, like, think about this scenario. I like to put things in like analogies and stuff. Let's say one day I wake up and I have everything I had, but I used to sit down and I used to pray, man, if just get me out this situation, I'm gonna change my family life. Get me out this situation, I'm gonna change all this shit around. And then you get it, and then you get caught up in it, and you forget everything that you said that you told God that you was gonna do.
If you had this, you're like, oh, if I get this, I'll be that.
If I get this, I'll do this. And if I get this,
and you don't.
One thing that you'll never have to do is you'll never have to forget about none of that if you always keep it first. So that's one thing that I had written on my walls: move with purpose. Move with purpose. Everything I do has to be
purposeful,
but not only just purposeful and have purpose. It has to be towards my purpose. What is my purpose?
What is your purpose?
My purpose is impacting, like making an impact every day. If I can do it and make money off of it, that's better for everybody because then I'll be able to do it more. But if not, I'm going to continue to use my platform or my voice or whatever I have to try to make that impact. So everything that I do always leads with my impact. I'll always go back to the beginning and, I got to do this to make sure I pay my bills and this to make sure that I can make an impact. And like that's how you always keep that momentum. You feel me?
Dude, this is good, bro.
Can I ask a question? It's kind of it's not the motivation stuff, but
don't have the
can I
headphones
ask
on.
how you got into working with Destroying and like how that all came about?
Yeah, so it's funny. I was actually working at the car wash, right?
Look at that.
Wow.
Crazy how it goes, right?
Yeah, it's
You were washing his car.
hell no.
Hey.
Hell no. I worked at Mazda. Shout out to Mazda, man. They hated me. Y'all hated me.
Wait, why are you shouting them out?
Cause man, shout out to them
Zoom,
because they
zoom.
gave me an opportunity. You feel me? They hated how I left. They didn't hate me. They wanted me to stay. Why don't you be a manager? This and that. But in reality, right? So
You had a greater purpose.
for sure, my purpose didn't lay with Mazda. I didn't have that.
It was
in
a
mind.
stepping stone, though.
For sure. Stepping stones are important, and people think that if they get pushed into something that this is my forever. But in reality, this is something that you're being forced to get through so you can learn and get to that next level. But if you don't learn, you gonna stay there. But what was the question you asked again? I'm sorry.
How did you start like working with
Yeah.
Destroying and how that came about?
Yeah, so it's funny. I have these like little breaks that I'll take from social media and stuff. So like I was deleting all my social media the same day, right? He posted on his story that he's looking for a full-time videographer or whatever. And I didn't know who he was. I had never seen his page before. And this was right after COVID had happened. So it was March of 2020 was like when COVID happened.
Were you already into like videography and like photography before
Funny,
meeting
bro.
him?
No,
Or
I was
not
into
really?
I was into photography. I was a photographer, and I had already worked with like DC Young Fly and Carlos Miller, 85 South Show, and Wild and Out Show,
Yeah.
and a couple other like like Rich Homie Quan. I've worked with a
Oh,
couple
for taking pictures.
for taking photos. So I was only like a photographer, right? So one of my friends or somebody that I knew in Lakeland, where I'm from, had messaged me and sent me. You know how you can send a story through DM.
Yeah.
So he sent me D's story. He's like, bro, you got to get on with bro. This is my favorite YouTuber. You have to work with him. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? This is cool. Bet.
Oh, you didn't even know him.
I had no clue. Never seen him in my life.
Oh, I thought you guys were like friends.
Nah,
homies back
see,
in
and that's
the
the
day.
vibe.
Wow,
right?
I'm learning right now on this.
That's the vibe,
Were
right?
you like big, really like doing social media back then, or not even really?
I
At
mean,
all?
nah, I
You
probably
thought you were.
Like, did you have like a
No,
a
I had, like,
following or
understand.
anything?
I had 3K on IG, something like that. 3K when I met him or something like that.
So you were just doing your thing at the car wash, and then
Yeah, I was just cleaning the shit out of them wheels. Nah, I was doing my thing at the car wash, but also while balancing doing comedy shows and stuff, because that's how I came up in the photography space. Or I'm still like coming up, but you feel me? That's how I began. So the way that I met him was I DM'd him, but also at the same time that I DM'd him, he DM'd me because the same kid he followed. So we met. I said, hey, bro, you looking for a videographer? And right after I sent it, he said, hey, bro, I heard that da-da-da-da. Then he seen my thing and he liked it or something like that. And then that same day, he's like, bro, pull up to the crib for an interview. I was like, where you stay at? He sent me the address. He used to live in Sarasota. So it was an hour and a half from me.
that's
I'm
right
tell-
by where we live.
Took that hike, bro. I'm thinking this opportunity. I took that hike.
You didn't even think. You were like, go.
No, because that's how I jump on opportunities. Like the time
Can't
is
wait.
the time is now. If I wait and what am I gonna do? I'm either gonna get it. I'm gonna figure out what's. So I showed
Time's
up.
gonna keep on going by, like you said.
Exactly. So I showed up, right, and told him that, oh yeah, I've been filming this, and this, and I know
And
like
you're capping hard right
cap is full.
now. Never film for
So
anybody.
okay, I never hit the record button on my camera, but
Only
twice.
Just the shutter button.
Only photos, bro.
But you're telling him you're the best in the game.
Nah,
Right.
what's funny, I think my photos is actually what got me hired. And it was because I filmed for him and I did this little move, and he'll tell you this, I already know. I did this little move. We went to the football field. He wanted to test me to see if I could follow him around.
Oh,
and
so he was filming a vid.
So we filmed the vid, my first day out. I didn't know what it was, bro. He let me use his camera and all that. I'm going, bro, there's this pole, and I know this is what sold it too. There's this pole, and I'm filming him, walking with him. I almost ran into the pole. Instead of running into the pole, I passed the camera like this.
Oh! But you weren't even trying to be fancy. You
I
were
wasn't
just
trying to be
literally
fancy.
like,
I
oh,
just-
there's a pole.
I didn't want to, because this is a whole, I was following him, and he was talking to the camera. So I'm here, I'm like, oh shit, a pole.
Oh, that's clean,
He said,
bro.
boom.
No. So we filmed it. He told me, he's like, bro, that was the most impressive shit I've ever seen from a filmer. Like, I didn't expect you to do that. Because you go up to it, you go, oh, my bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, my
But
bad.
then
You gotta redo
but
it.
in that whole thing, I gotta be like, can you repeat yourself? Can you talk? Let's start back from the car again, because he was talking to the camera. After we filmed that video, we went back to the house. I was like, hey, bro, I want to just show you that I can take some photos. Like, you want to get some workout on it? So he did some work on the ladder, and then I took some photos of when he was getting out of the car, like when we first got to the field. And I made sure to edit and send those photos as soon as I got home. I sent them, and
Key.
I
That's key.
I think that was it, bro, because he realized, like, oh, I'm about to hire a filmer, and he can take photos, because my photos are honestly, like, they're decent, like pretty
They're
high
fire.
level.
I've seen
Oh, they're
them.
good. They're
Appreciate
good.
you.
Yeah,
they're
they're
pretty
good.
straight.
Should we
He's-
pop some up? Yeah,
You-
they're clean.
Are y'all gonna do that? Hey,
Yeah, we'll pop
Hey,
it
we'll
up.
see.
we'll see. We watch it. It's like nothing there. We'll see. Didn't happen.
No, it happened. It happened.
Nah, but I'm always like quick with it. Like, oh,
That's
I
so
gotta.
key,
that's
because then they're
key.
like, oh, this guy's about that action.
Yeah.
Rather say you take them and then you take a while and you
Yeah.
then
What I
he's
like to
"Ah."
do is I like to show you that I got work ethic right now, and then fall through later. I like to show you and make you think that I'm saucy, and then
back it up.
When I'm taking photos for you a year later, I take them and don't give them to you for a month. You'd be like, bro, where's some photos? Oh, I forgot about them, bro. My bad.
Oh.
I see.
You're joking, right? Or is that serious?
I mean, somewhat.
Yo.
So you just get them hooked and then
Nah, I'm playing, bro. I mean,
Okay.
but there's definitely times where I'll have like a workload, and I'm like,
you have priorities.
yeah, no, for sure.
Okay.
But you had another question that you was about to say? You probably got one. Do you
I
have
don't know.
anything? What's up, bro? How you living?
Yeah.
I'm just trying to.
I know. How's your day going? Honestly.
Not good, bro. Honestly,
No,
Just-
BG,
just-
are you okay? Like for real?
trying to figure some stuff out, bro.
You want to talk about it, or is it?
Or is
Bro,
it like
I'm-
Personal.
after?
I'm a therapist, bro. I'm
It might be the
uncertified.
best time.
I'm uncertified.
Just trying to figure out life right now, bro.
What do you
Yo,
mean?
we can,
I'm just like, what am I doing right now?
because I've noticed like BG's a little,
He's been quiet the
Different
past
today.
couple.
but he did just get an email or mail got sent home to Florida that he might have to show up for his court date and all that. So I
That's
can understand.
positive.
Is that why?
No, we paid that off.
Okay, yeah, never mind.
No, but you good? Like honestly,
Yeah, bro. I'm just.
trying to figure life out type shit.
This is an
Nah,
interesting.
I've like dealt with like depression and anxiety like
Yeah.
a bit ago for a couple years, but I've realized like how to like deal with it, you know?
Yeah,
Because to a point, I mean, I feel like you might have went through something like
for
that.
sure. Yeah.
But I've like figured out like it's good to notice it. Like when it comes, I'm like, all right, I'm noticing it's coming. How can I fix it? And it used to be really bad back in the days. Like I wouldn't do anything. I would just sleep because when I slept, I didn't have to think about
Mhm.
anything.
That's actually a big sign of depression. Is like a lot of people that's watching, like everybody deals with it in some sense. It just hits some people harder. You guys have dealt with it. I don't even have to ask, like, have you dealt with depression? Your depression might just be different. You might
yeah.
have a bad couple days. and
Earlier
then you
this week,
shake it
I was
off.
bad.
Yeah.
I was bad earlier
Or
this
you
week.
can be depressed to the point where you get in your room and you lights off. That's really like the type of person I am. Don't be around me. I don't want to be. But it's crazy because people don't think that I deal with stuff like that. As positive as I am, and as. But that's the thing of it, is just knowing that you're doing things for your purpose, right? So
Yeah.
whatever your purpose is, right? It's your job to find that out. You know.
I'm trying to figure it out, honestly.
But the thing is don't pressure yourself for not knowing it. Don't pressure yourself being like, man, I gotta fit. How old are you?
22, 23.
See, I'll be 23 next month. But the thing is with this society nowadays, it's so easy to look at your phone and see somebody doing success, like being successful. It's
Yeah.
so easy to look at your
So
phone.
skewed, like
It's
the
so
perceptions.
easy
I feel
to
like.
look at your phone and see somebody being successful, but you will never look at your phone and see somebody depressed and showing it. You will always look at your phone and see people depressed, but they don't tell you. You can't tell that they're depressed.
Yeah.
They just look like they're doing perfect, right? So what you have to do is, just understand that side of things and just realize that shit doesn't define you, bro. And you're gonna have those things that you deal with when it comes to life and just feeling like you don't have shit figured out. But at the end of the day, it's okay. That's what you have to understand, is the depression and the bad side of things. As long as you make it through those, you're gonna have those cycles. But the best thing is to have balance. So don't ever get too lit and too high on, life is great. I feel phenomenal. Always revert back to the basics and being like, am I doing what I need to be doing, even in these good times? And then when you're in the bad times, understand that your body's just telling you it's too much. You feel me? What your mind, you're operating your mind too much. You're giving yourself too much to think about, because that's where anxiety, bro. It's not a disease, bro. I can't come home and be like, oh, you ate something bad. You got anxiety now.
from that.
You got
No.
anxiety because you got stung by a bee. No, it's psychological. It's in your mind, and you have to just figure out how to get around that. And it comes from a lot of different things, bro. A lot of self-seeking, but you'll never get rid of it. But you can always
Find a way to manage it.
Yeah.
find a way to manage it, and that's the goal. Honestly, like I deal with stuff all the time. Really, this past week has probably not been the best for me mentally, but I'm here right now trying to, because my purpose is greater than me. You feel me?
Yeah.
I'm not here to put myself in a better position. I don't care about that. I'm here because I know things that I'll say, any chance that I can have to talk and speak on things, I'm gonna always try to,
And even
do
if
it.
your purpose was just to help all of us get through this week, like for real, bro, we weren't gonna have a guest on. We were just gonna have us. But honestly, like I don't know, I can speak for me, and like I know BG. Like I just was like, dude, this week has been like.
We're
just like, what are we?
You don't have to put all your personal stuff, but like something that you could talk about if you can. Like, what do you think is like? Because the way that you get through this stuff is to talk about
Yeah.
it.
No, definitely. Like I understand, because like I've dealt with it so long, so I know how to like control it. Because the first thing is I notice I'm like, all right, I'm having it, but it comes in waves, And some waves are harder than others, just like in the ocean.
Yeah.
Like some days they hit you hard, and some days I'm
Do
chilling.
you feel like you're depressed about a certain thing?
No,
or-
not even like.
Is it
I
like
wouldn't
a
say I'm like
loss?
depressed. I think I'm just trying to figure out life and what I'm doing right now. And
I feel like though something that I wish someone told me when I was younger. Like you look at all these adults and everyone, and you think adults, bro, they have it all figured out. They know everything. They know what they're doing. They're raising families and stuff. But then as you like grow up, kind of, you start to realize
Nobody got shit figured out.
no one has anything figured out. Everyone's kind of just figuring it out along the way. Like even Bradley Martin was talking about on his podcast. He's like 30 something. Bro, he's like he has the same feelings that like come and go of like, bro, what am I doing sometimes?
Because I think what it is a lot of people, they expect it to be different when they get
Yep.
right.
Mhm.
So I'm here, right? I want this success. I want this money. I want some clout. I want some girls. I want some jewelry. And then I get all of that. And I think that it's supposed to be great. But what people didn't do is they didn't figure out how to be happy with nothing first. You have to be happy with absolutely nothing. Like I told you, if you get everything taken from you right now, what's the first thing that you find? Like what makes you happy? What's the first thing that you would look to bring you some joy?
This is what you posted on your story. Literally, I think it was today. Like all those real things. Those are like what really matters. I forget what it was. I took a screenshot of it.
God,
though.
family.
You screenshotted it? That's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
screenshot it.
But bro, I feel like if you don't find yourself through the journey, it's almost sadder if you get to the top and don't figure out like what it is, because you're like, when I get the car, right? When I get the girl, when I get the house, and you find your happiness in money and all these things. And when you're trying to make it, you have the hope that one day these things will make you happy. And then when you get it, you actually realize, wow, that none of that matters. And it's almost like sadder. You're like, dang, everything I worked my whole life for didn't even matter. And a lot of people don't realize that till like they attain it till they're like really old. Or like middle age or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because
it's sold to everybody. It's sold. And I honestly blame a lot of celebrities for this too, because they sell it too, knowing that it's not true. Yeah. I'm gonna buy all these necklaces, all this jewelry. I'm gonna do all this, and then I'm gonna show it off to people that can't afford it.
Apparently,
to people that can't afford it. I'm showing off my shit to people that I know can't afford it, that I know that I'm just trying to look cool for. And then that's what they do. And then these people that are trying to get it, they see these people. Oh, I see Quavo. He happy. He got his girl. He got
Lambo. He got a
Lambo. He got. But I guarantee he deal with shit the same way how he'd sit here. And the thing is, people are scared to have deep conversations. And they always want to talk about. I don't come up to you and talk about things that you've done or things that you have. I come up to you and talk about how you doing. Like, you good? How's your mind? How is everything going? How do you feel about life? I'm trying to talk to you about anxiety. I don't care about nobody's accolades, because that shit don't mean nothing. Yeah. Your accolades mean zero.
Dude, that's literally what happened earlier today. We were playing basketball. You want to talk about that story? Like the guy that you were there was a guy that was about to fight you, and the guy. But no, there's a lesson in that.
There. You wasn't even balling up with us.
No, hold on.
There's a lesson in that story. But there's a lesson in that story, though.
But let's get back to
you know what I'm saying?
After, because I do want to talk, because I feel like it's an opportunity for him to kind of get some shit off his chest. But I do want to we can talk about that. I don't care. Like, I will, but I want to talk to you about, or us talk to you about.
If you feel open, I'm just giving you the door if you want to.
Like, well, basically the story is, because you don't really know who I am.
Yeah, no, not at all.
So I've known them for a while, like kind of before they grew on YouTube and whatever you want to say, became YouTubers.
Yeah, like played basketball in middle school, like hung out and everything.
So then this like all just happened a month ago. We were just like, yo, I quit my job, and I was good friends with them, and they're like, yo, do you want to be on the pod with us, and then you can make videos, and then we'll try to help you grow, and we'll all grow as a team, and hopefully eventually in the long run, like, we'll all be a team together and make it big, right? That's the goal. Yeah. I don't know where we're really going, but we're just doing it. And I think, like, the first month, everything is always exciting at first, right? Because you're like, all right, this is dope. Now it's like the second month, middle of the second month, and I'm, like, still trying to figure things out. I haven't really been, like, checking my goals off, like, not really getting the work done that I need to get done. So I think, like, I'm just really... That's like pushing myself. Like, I'm more disappointed in myself right now.
Yeah, but you got to get past that, because you either gonna sit there disappointed. How long you gonna be disappointed in yourself for? Before
I mean, not like I'll still after this go finish out my video, but it's like, dang, like I wish I could have done better.
But that's what I'm saying. How many times you gonna just sit there and be like, I wish I would have did better? You got to just accept it that you didn't do it, learn from it, and move to the next thing. And no, hey, next time I gotta edit some shit, I'm not gonna wait this long. Next time I do this, I'm not. It's not. The problem is, you seen my homie. He has it tattooed right here. The time is now, right?
Yeah, it says now, like in an alarm clock font.
I got to get that tatted, bro.
You getting it tatted?
Oh, I have to. It means so much.
Should we get it tatted right now after this?
Right. You want to tat it?
Yo, everyone now?
He said, yeah. No, but in all honesty, bro, think about that. Like, if you dwell on shit that you didn't do, I mean, think about how many things you haven't done in your life that you wish you would have did if you knew more shit. A lot. We all could have, but at the end of the day, that's what is going to hold somebody back versus somebody that excels. And you excel by learning from those experiences. And not to say that's going to fix your anxiety or your depression, but you told me I haven't been meeting my goals or I haven't been checking off my list of things that I need to do. Self-discipline is the first thing, is perfectly coexist or co-aligns or whatever. I don't know. I'm not the smartest in school. I'm dropout type shit. But what I'm saying is self-discipline directly leads to self-love. If you're not, and then if you love yourself, you're not going to be depressed because you're going to know that everything that you're doing is right. Like, no matter what, I'm doing everything with my heart, following my intuition type shit, right? Mm-hmm. You have to be more self-disciplined, and then you will start to see your anxiety and depression leave. Because I'll tell you, I'm depressed when I don't follow what I know I should be doing. Those standards that we was talking about earlier that I said that we never set on ourselves, the problem is
why it's hard.
When you do set them on yourself and you fall short, now you're blaming yourself. When before it was like, fuck, my manager's probably mad at me, this, and that. Now it's not, because you are in the position of what we just said a lot of people are scared.
Well, I've always been like that my whole life, though. I've always been like hard on myself. One reason is, I'll tell you why, like, let me tell you how all this started is I lost my dad at a young age, at
me
like
too.
13.
I lost mine at like 7.
So you kind of understand like the background of that is like, one, you don't have a father figure to look up to, and two, you're always like, dang, I need to be it, because you don't have that figure to look up to, so you want to fulfill that figure eventually in life, right?
But what does that figure like consist of though? Because are you looking for someone to guide you, or are you looking for someone to be the man of the house? Like, what is that you're seeking? Because to me, I feel like I dealt with that a lot, but I seeked for it in myself, like understanding, like, man, all I have is my mom, and like my mom played both sides for the most part. Yeah. And then I'm looking at myself like, okay, what am I, like, because like we can all talk about problems all day, and that's a serious thing. But like I said, like, I dealt with the same thing, and yours could have been way worse. They've dealt with their things, and I'm not trying to put off your problems at all. I'm just explaining, you're good. This is a way that how I get through shit. Understanding that other people are dealing with things, and somebody's things can always be worse, but can always be better too. And the people that, like, let's say you guys are in a better position, right? If you guys are depressed, there's no reason for really you guys to be as depressed as me, because you should be looking at what you have and being more grateful. And it's the same with you, but you think of that as there's people that have less than me, that if they were in this position, and that's kind of how you get over like the beating yourself up, because like you're not doing bad, bro. Yeah. As much as you think you are, you're not. Now, if you're not on your shit, that's for you to deal with in the mirror every day. You feel me?
Yeah. I know. Like, perspective is key, because I always think like, yo, I still have my mom. There's some people that don't have a mom or a dad right now.
For sure.
But like, I understand like the perspective part and all that. It's just sometimes
I
feel like I understand everything so much that I can nitpick everything about me, because I'm so aware of everything. Like, just, I don't know, like the way you are, and you can just tell how everything is. Like, I feel like we're on the same like wavelength, like all of us, is like, I know what's going on like with me, as I'm so aware of it, it like makes me sad.
Like, you're not confused. You're like, oh, why am I feeling this way? You know why.
I know why, but it's not, and like, that's kind of scary in a way. Like, I feel like some people could just be like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm sad right now. But they don't know why they're sad.
Like, I think it's a good thing sometimes, though, to like realize and like feel those feelings, but almost not let it like overtake you, though. But I don't think it's bad.
You almost
I don't
have
think it's
to let it
bad to
happen,
feel like those feelings, though, because I think everyone goes through it. But I don't think anyone's feelings are like invalid. Like, no matter what the problem is or whatever situation, I think everyone is valid to feel how they're feeling.
You have to have that balance at the end of the day. And the thing is, I'm dealing with the same thing more than you think, because the same exact thing of anybody, you hear how I talk about what I need to do, self-discipline, this and this and this. But in reality, when I'm by myself in the mirror, I can tell you whatever the fuck. I look at myself. Am I being the best version of myself? Am I fulfilling my purpose? And recently the answer has been no. So I'm dealing with the same shit as you, looking in the mirror and disappointed and it's not because you're not good enough. It's because you know you're better than what you've been doing. And that's the shit that get to you more than anything else. Because not being good enough, fuck it, I'm trash. I'm not good enough. Like, that's a whole different problem.
Yeah.
I don't have that problem. You don't have that problem.
You know you're good enough.
You know what you're capable of, and that's some of the worst shit ever. But then understanding that, this is the only way to really get past it mentally. You can take antidepressants or whatever you think is going to temporarily fix it, whatever you want to do. But how I have always dealt with it, because I hit the same pockets. I'm going through some shit right now of just thinking like, damn, bro, all this is like, it feels like I'm not doing what I should be doing. And I'm not, bro, you got to just sit back and understand, okay, I haven't been doing, okay, here's my goals. I know to get to that other side of feeling good, I have to make all this shit happen. You have to force yourself to do things that you don't want to do. And then when you do that, it'll just take you to that next mental level. And then when you get there, you'll be like, this is it. And then you'll have the answer to help other people of how to get through the same shit. It's always going to lay down to your self-discipline. Because I can tell you right now, bro, you just told me you haven't been doing the things that you feel like is necessary. That's the key. That's it right there. Now, if it goes deeper than that, you got to get past that. You feel me? If it goes deeper than that, you get past it and then deal with what you are dealing with when you get there. Now, if the numbers aren't hitting or you're not making enough money and those are different things that's depressing you, that's different. But it's not even, you haven't even made it to that point. You're at the point of, I need to be self-disciplined on my shit. I mean, I don't know if that helps.
Yeah,
I be saying shit that
Dude, you're going to be a motivational speaker, bro.
Yeah, bro.
This is like,
you are.
This is like
I love the vibe right now, how like it feels like positive and uplifting right now.
like I'm like, yo, let's go. Like, dude, you should be like a therapist or like motivational speaker, like one-on-one, bro. Literally, like, I feel like I could talk to you for hours.
For real. That's why I think my podcast is like, that's what I want my shit to be. I want to come on and I want to break people down of like
their story in there.
I want to learn the same way that you're talking to me. I love that, bro, because for me, I don't love that you're going through that. You feel me? But I love that other people are real. You know what I'm saying? That you experience real shit and you're not scared to talk about it because you're comfortable. The biggest thing is I can sit right here and pretend my life is perfect, and that's what a lot of people do. I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna tell you about all my accolades.
I like how you keep bringing that back though, of like saying like that you're not as crazy, motivating, inspiring, and like cool as you seem right now. You're saying like
you're just like a real.
You're just like a guy,
everyone normal person.
I appreciate it, bro. This is what it's about, bro.
There's a lot of people that are like that. They think that they have to give this persona of like they're always on their stuff. They've never messed up. It's like, dude, everyone has.
I'm not on my shit as much as I am on my shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's with everybody in the world.
That's a fire quote right there.
Put that on a T-shirt.
But what does that even mean? Say that again.
What I said, I'm not on my shit, or I don't even see. I don't know. Hey, that's how you know I don't read shit and just repeat it. I just be saying shit off the top. But basically saying like there's more times where I'm not doing what I know I should be doing
than times
versus times where I'm on my shit 100%. Because I promise you, if I followed every step of what I know I'm capable of, I'd be one of the most successful people in my industry in the entire world. Because I know what I can do. I know the people I'm connected to. I know what I can. But there's some things that I'm dealing with to get past. You feel me? I want to be a motivational speaker. You think that I don't have a connection to go talk at a high school right now? I'm not ready for it. You feel me? That's something that I'm dealing with. And every day I'm trying to tell myself, okay.
Do you think you're waiting for yourself to be ready?
I'm not trying to wait. I'm kind of waiting for the opportunity to be forced of like, which I have like a speaking engagement through a Zoom call on like March 8th or something like that. And then
you're waiting for people to hit you up. Or no?
No, it's kind of like building my, see, this is helping me right now because y'all breaking down like what I need to do, right?
Yeah.
So in all honesty, it just comes from knowing what to talk about because I can have conversations all day. But you guys
when
are
you're standing
we're having
up.
conversations. How do I go in front of a stage? And I won't know until I do it. I'll have to go out there and talk about something and be like.
You'll probably mess up a couple times.
For sure. And the same way how comedians, I've watched a lot of comedy shows, you know, doing photography for comedians. I've watched them do really good on stage, but then I've heard them talk about times that they bombed because everybody I've worked with was already kind of established, so they know what's good and what's not. But like they've talked about every single one of them and said that they've fucked up, you know. And that's good, like knowing even in what you're trying to get into or what you guys are trying to get into. When you first start something, you know you're gonna fuck up, and this is something that I'm dealing with of knowing like I've already gotten past the point of the photography thing. Now I'm comfortable here. The only reason I'm comfortable with how I take photos or moving and talking about photos is because I've been doing it. When I first took a photo, I wasn't the most confident in it. But then I lied to myself and had this delusional, like, optimistic fucking
like I'm gonna be good at it though at some point.
Yeah, I'm saucy, but I'm getting better.
And confidence comes through action. Like you can tell yourself all this,
practice.
But practice. Just like actually doing it. Like the podcast, bro. I guarantee you we're gonna look back on our first episode one day and be like, dude, what was that? Even this episode, we're gonna be like, oh,
they're gonna look back and be like, damn, 7 was still
the best one.
You know what they say about podcasts though? I know we said it off camera, but apparently most podcasts end after 7 episodes. So
and I feel like we just getting started with it. This is like a new birth.
For real.
Shout out to David.
I was about to say this is the last episode.
Oh well, what a great one to end it off on.
They're only ending it. they're ending the having 3 guests, and now it's 4, and it's us 4 on the road with it. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
Imagine though, that'd be tough.
On the
though.
road with it.
Nah, but that's what I want to do. Honestly, get not on the road type shit, but I want to get people that have
Been
an
through life.
amazing things in life
Mhm.
compared to like the material side of things and the accolades and the trophies, and then talk to them about, okay, well, like you have all that, but like, how's your mental? Like,
Mhm.
Are you
did
happy?
you lose yourself getting that?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you happy? Did
I
you
feel like-
lose
yeah.
yourself getting that stuff? And if you
Yeah.
did lose if you are, because no matter what, everybody that has had money has experienced some shit. They've experienced, self-doubt, or people trying to like get money from them, or people trying to use them, and it hits them different. Because when they go and they sit in the mirror, when you look in the mirror, bro, you either avoid it and you walk past the mirror fast, or you look in the mirror and you're like, deep breath. It's just me here. No phone, no this, that. You can't lie to yourself. So, like, they've been through some shit, you feel me? And I want to bring people on and talk about shit. Like, have conversations like this with, like, some legendary-ass people and break them down and be like, oh, these people are real. Like, bro.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine
why
a
I love the
conversation.
podcast, like hearing different people's perspective, because I feel like you pick up and you learn from everybody's different perspective, what they're going through, and then you like implement it into your life, kind of. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. Who's a guest that you guys want to have? Like, that's like a,
Roman Atwood.
okay, that's for you, though. That's your inspiration. Who is your inspiration?
I mean, shoot, I watch Roman Atwood every day too, but
But were you inspired to say, because he was saying it from a passion, like, if Roman was here, he'd kiss his feet.
Oh no, chill. I wouldn't kiss his feet.
I mean, probably
I'd
if
probably
I saw
suck
Roman,
his toes. I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Whoa.
bro.
I'm playing around, bro. That was a joke.
I'm trying to
that
get
out,
like
cut that
more
out.
into
Bro.
music, so
You say you're what?
I'm trying to get like more into music, so maybe like someone on the music side, like Logic, Russ, NF. something like
Russ
that.
is cold.
An F would be cool.
True. Russ would be crazy for me, though, because honestly, like, I'd be having MVP by Russ on repeat. That shit give me energy. That shit make me feel like a god.
He
I'm
mixes,
not-
masters, and produces everything.
Oh, we know.
Mix, max, and produced by Russ. Yeah.
That's actually legendary, though, that he's still, he drops like a song a week still. You know that?
Yeah, I've heard all
Oh,
of
yeah,
them.
you know
Wild.
that. But isn't that crazy, though? Like, he's the definition of made it. Done, like, world tours, done everything.
Owns everything.
Everything. Made millions. And he's still doing what he did to get there.
You know why he's still doing the way at the
'Cause
rate,
he loves
too?
it.
Because he never
Because
lost his
it's
purpose.
bigger than him.
Yeah.
Because it's bigger than him. And we're going to get back to that. It's way bigger than him. It's all about his impact and his purpose. You hear every song what it's about. He makes shit for him too, talking about I got jewelry, I got this.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's his
Somewhere.
ego, and everybody do that. But he makes a lot of music he's vulnerable, and that's why a lot of people don't like him. People don't like real because it
Makes them
exposes
think about
it exposes
themselves.
exactly. It exposes who they really are.
Yeah.
People don't like real because it's gonna expose them to oh, I'm not like that. You know what I'm saying? I can look at you and you can have a bunch of cool shit, and I can be like, damn, I don't have that, and hate myself. But when it's deeper than that, and you walk up and you're just a regular, cool, chill ass dude, and I'm looking at myself like, oh, I got this ego for what? That's a different type
Ego.
of, you know what I'm saying?
Dude, to completely, that's something that I'm trying to do is to completely, like, destroy my ego.
I feel
I
like
feel like it's a lifelong journey, though.
It is.
I
It's
feel
a
like
daily
you'll always
fight.
have it.
It's a daily
There's times
fight.
where it's bigger and there's times where it's smaller.
It's something that's got to be on your list. How he was saying of shit that I ain't, you know what I'm saying? It's on your list. It's got to be on
Yeah.
a list of things that you look at every day. Every day, delete your ego, and it's crazy because that's how I'm almost like I'm on the verge of it. I'm almost there.
I feel
And
like
I feel-
you've been around like big people, like celebrities or whatever, and I feel like a lot of normal people, they'd be caught up and be like, whoa, look at these people. But I feel like you look at them, and after you've been around like enough of them, you realize everyone's just kind of a person. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and a
Like,
lot
I feel
of
like you see that. I feel like a lot of people don't see that, and they're so caught up in the whoa.
yeah,
know what
and
I'm
I
saying?
feel like a quick way to see it too is when you meet one of them and they're an asshole, and you're like, oh, so these type of people that have a lot of shit, they're not even cool.
Yeah.
But I've also met a lot of people that are, because you see how I talk. I'm sure you guys are kind of similar, like when it comes to y'all
Me-
aren't like in your own head when you meet people of like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
that's so and so. I'm not like that at all.
Yeah, I wouldn't say,
The,
right?
the only person, because like J. Cole is a big like inspiration of
J.
mine.
Cole,
I
yeah.
think there's like maybe like some people, but like for the most part, I'm like
Yeah.
everyone's a person.
For sure. I would meet J. Cole, and I don't know what my reaction would be until it happened, but I would assume it'd be something like letting him know immediately how much he means to me, and then it would be normal after that. It wouldn't be like, oh my God, let me get a pic. It'd be like, bro,
Yeah.
you've changed my life. I got your lyrics tatted on my leg right now. Like,
Like if we met Roman Atwood, it would be kind of similar type thing, you know?
yeah, but I'm sure he's seen.
One day.
He's definitely probably seen something, which is cool
Maybe
to
his
think about.
kids.
Yeah.
Maybe
His kids,
Noah. Noah, if you're watching this, tell your dad.
Or
Hop
Kane.
on.
That's happened with D a lot. Larry Fitzgerald's son came up to us in the airport, and Larry Fitzgerald's behind him. He runs up, destroying. And then we turn around like, oh, what's up, little bro? And then we look up, and D's like, I don't know what the NFL players like look like out of helmet. I don't really watch sports. D notices immediately. He's a huge fan of football. He's like, bro, what the fuck? That's Larry Fitzgerald. That's crazy. And like D's the same as me. He's a super vibe. Like fame doesn't get to him.
Yeah.
But it's a surreal moment.
It is a surreal moment.
This guy's son watches
is.
you in the house all the time, and then Larry comes up to you like, bro, my son just stay watching your
and
videos.
he knows.
He says, my son stays watching your videos, bro, all the time. How you doing? Type shit. And it was crazy ass for a D. He was like, bro, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's insane.
It's different. If like they're a fan, it's like, bro, appreciate your support. But your son is a fan, bro. I watch your dad. You feel me? Like that's cold.
It's like full circle type thing.
Yeah.
It's dope. That's dope.
Yeah, bro.
What's up? I know y'all got some more questions. This pod not over. How long has this shit been rolling?
I don't know. I think we've been going for a minute. An hour 10.
For
This
the-
might
we
be-
were rolling
Is
a
this a
little bit
record
before,
for the
though.
longest pod?
We're gonna. We got more shit to talk about.
Oh, definitely. There's more. There's more.
Yeah,
Well, 'cause we were rolling a little bit before we actually started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Dude,
What was I gonna say? I had something to say. Can I talk about what you posted up on here?
Oh yeah,
On
go
your-
ahead.
on your
bro.
story,
Go ahead.
I
Yeah,
had
we
a
can
sh-
dive all
I
into that.
screenshot it. It said the things that are truly valuable in life. There's 4 things. It was love, time, health, and peace. The cost is 0, but priceless.
Did you see the story?
Wow.
Did you see the story before that though?
No, but I can check it. It's still on your story.
It's too long. You didn't read it, but there's more
No, I
information.
Hey,
There's-
All right, go into it. Talk
No,
about it.
he's
then.
about to say it.
I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read it. I'm gonna read
Because
it.
it's very meaningful.
They put celebrities in designer for free. Then they post in for the general public to see. The general public now wants it. This is kind of what you were talking about earlier with like them wearing jewelry and stuff. The general public now wants it, so they do everything in their power to get it. They die over it, steal over it, stress over it, and judge you for not having it. But the point people are missing is that the value, in quotation marks, that it has is all made up. They're using psychology to make people think they should value what they are selling. It's all a big game. The only way to win is to not play.
Wow.
Nah, but y'all see what I'm saying though, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you have to.
So you're saying, yeah, wow.
The only way, because they're playing a game with everybody, bro. I can explain that like without reading it. You know, it might come off a little different though, but. Bro, these brands that everybody's wearing, these like designer brands. This is like, I guess, to come
Like
into this
Gucci,
conversation.
Louis, all that
To
stuff.
come into this conversation, look at my appearance. I do not care about. I will go to the club in slides if they let me in. I promise you. I do not care. And the thing is,
I don't think they would. I don't think they.
no, they definitely don't. But that's then I'm gonna have to get clean.
But if they
did.
did,
Unless they
though,
were
if they
Gucci.
did-
Unless they were Gucci slides,
Yeah,
right?
but
Oh,
they
then
were
they would
Gucci
definitely.
slides.
Oh,
They'd be like,
sure.
oh, he's got money.
First in line.
a
You
VIP
see?
for
Hey,
that.
but what they don't know is those Gucci slides cost the same as the regular slides to make.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Honestly, those are so uncomfortable, bro.
Bro, these were $30, bro. Shout out to my
Those
homie
are way more
McLovin for the
comfortable.
brand, and it says "Be great always," and then on the other side it say the same thing. No, but you know, people place this value on material items, and it's not just jewelry, and it's not just clothes. It can be cars,
Anything.
houses.
Yeah.
Even not to say that women are a material, but when you have them in abundance, it becomes a material. You feel me? It's disposable is by what I mean by that. There's no real value in it. And a lot of people value those things and they chase those. Well, we was talking about y'all chasing the wrong shit to get to this success.
And then
y'all gotta
hoping
leave your purpose.
that there's like a
first.
feeling at the end.
Yeah, and they
Okay.
think that, oh, when I get this chain, I'm gonna feel good and I'm gonna be more confident.
And it feels good for a second.
yeah.
Literally, you get it and you're like, yo, and then you wear, and then
You
say
go
you
wear
wear
it
the
a
same
couple
stuff,
times.
and you're like, oh, it's clothes, or it's just
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah, but the problem is there's people I've heard of people getting in fights and getting robbed over jewelry and getting robbed
Shoes.
of shoes, and man, to beat the game, that game, you just don't play in it. But what people think that this shit has a value because the brands have, if I drop some slides and I'm like, hey, this is worth $100, you can look at me and be like, what the fuck? This ain't worth $100. But then I get 10,000 people to wear it and they all think it's worth $100. You're gonna be like, oh, those are $100 slides. I seen so and so wearing them. You feel me? It's a mind game. It's not a what is really valuable and what really means anything. It's a mind game, and everybody's getting mind fucked, and they're playing this game subconsciously. They're not waking up being like, oh well, should I? Nah, bro. They're waking up and just going to grind for this shit. Oh, I'm about to.
They're not thinking. I
They're
feel
not
like a lot of
thinking it
people are
through.
just like, oh, this is what everyone's doing. Nah, everyone's just like a
Robots, bro.
a robot,
Yeah.
You gotta unplug.
or just a
Even-
sheep. Honestly,
like
a
in the
sheep.
Matrix. Like
Everyone's
in
just
the
like-
Matrix.
Literally.
Like in the Matrix, you gotta unplug. And once you unplug, you'll see everything else. And
For
you'll
what
see
it is.
You'll see, bro. You'll see that me dressing how I dress. The thing is, it's funny because like people might be like, "Oh, he don't know how to dress. He dressed lame. Why? Oh, you seen that? He had this stain on his shirt." Like some, they'll say anything to get their ego feeling right, right?
Yeah.
Because if I say something about you, it's just to boost my ego to make me feel better about myself. Because I'm a genuine person. If you have a stain on your shirt, I'm gonna genuinely mention it to you, or I'll make a joke about it.
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be like, "Hey, bro, like you got this stain, so we're about to be on camera," type shit.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But people online watching like, oh, well, he wearing this, and that, but like they're not thinking about who the person is, Like,
Yeah.
what if the person that you're judging doesn't care about that shit?
Like, what if you came in here dripped out, like you had everything, like what everyone wants, quote unquote, like everything, but you're not a cool guy? It's like, all right,
Yeah, it's a
It's
guy
like,
that just
okay.
thinks he's cool because he's got cool shit.
But he finds his value in the stuff.
Yeah, so I might really be cool to myself because I'm wearing all the
But
shit
to
I
everyone
found
else,
valuable.
you're just like, all right,
But
man.
what I find valuable in myself is what I seek in other people
Mm-hmm,
too. So like I find being a real genuine, real life person that loves myself, that is self-disciplined. I look for that in other people as well. I'm looking for those people to be around that are.
So you would say you're unplugged. You're like, you removed yourself from the matrix.
I'm unplugged, but it's still like a Wi-Fi connection that kind of got me in there. You feel
'Cause
me?
you're-
I'm still a little bit connected to where I'm still like I do shit that like I probably shouldn't,
Mm.
but it's like some things you might have to do to like I might have to dress up to I'm not
Go
at
to
a
the
level
club.
to where I can just
where you
not
really
care.
or you don't care.
I'm not at a level to where I can just like not give a fuck, but I'm
Yeah.
at a level to where I can give a fuck a lot less than everybody else.
Yeah.
And a lot of people
Like you're 90% don't care.
yeah, 94%.
Do you think you'll ever get to like 100%?
Oh, for sure. But when I'm at
But
100%,
it's grind, right? You're like slowly grinding away, and one day you'll get there.
yeah, because to be honest, I don't really value money, but I also don't know how to grow my own vegetables and shit. So it's like you have to, if I
Like,
knew,
would
There's
you-
some
oh,
things
I
that
know-
you need to do to like get by and like do your own stuff,
Yeah.
Like maybe if you don't want to learn how to grow vegetables.
Exactly.
Then
I
you
just-
gotta buy them.
This is something I think about a lot. Eventually, do you ever see yourself like literally like buying a place,
Buying
like
a van.
farm or a van, or like a place in the woods, and then just growing your own food and surviving?
no, because I can't do that.
But like, oh, you don't think so? I feel like you would be one of those
You could
guys.
learn,
I
bro.
think it would take so long to learn that. I mean, I guess if all you have is time and I'm not worried about it, I guess, yeah, if I completely unplugged, but like then I think of like, okay, how do I get that land?
But your purpose is impact, so it'd be hard to.
It's hard to impact people from the woods. No, but no, definitely.
Impact those deer and inspire those deer to be the best they can be.
Nah, I'd probably have like some deer that be because I feel like energy is everything, bro. You vibrating on a certain frequency. Over time, them deer are gonna be kicking it with you, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Nah,
Especially you, bro. You're gonna walk in there and they're just gonna pull up to the crib right
We're
away.
gonna
they-
start the campfire for you outside. Hey, David, we got the campfire going. You want to cook some hot dogs?
Bro, what?
Oh, but that brings me to another point. You were talking about this earlier, and I'm kind of ADHD right now
That's
because
okay.
that's something I have.
Hopefully
Definitely.
you guys can keep up because we all are.
Is we were talking about conspiracy theories, and you're apparently a big conspiracy
What? No, bro.
theorist.
Yeah.
He really said it like that, bro. I do not co-sign none of these conspiracy theories. And in all honesty, I'll talk about some of them, but in all honesty, most of them I keep to myself just because I know the general public of like people that, bro, if you value cars and clothes and money, I can't talk to you about no conspiracy theories or about nothing that's going on. And only because you haven't even gotten past that first level of what society is trying to do to you. And society puts us in these bubbles, feeling like we got to be somebody else and we got to be this and be that, and with the jewelry, the money, and if you're chasing that in that rat race, and you think and you're still plugged into that, I can't talk about like.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying
a lot
they
of
won't
people,
understand me.
they'll understand. We had a little episode where we talked a lot about it,
Yeah,
and it was one of the biggest like comments.
yeah. If this ever
Like-
gets clipped, y'all are gonna cut this part out. But I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm just a realist when it comes to like show me the proof. Cause like y'all, there's fake proof of a lot of shit. I know one that you're gonna say, bro.
What?
I do not feel like we landed on the moon, bro. And that is just
Facts.
that is a conspiracy theory.
You think that too?
Yes,
you
bro.
guys
Wait,
both think that
actually?
we didn't land on the
Yes.
moon?
Like 100%.
Do you think we've landed on the moon now?
No, but I definitely
You don't think we've ever landed on the moon ever, even to this day?
I think we can.
With Elon,
and
yeah.
if they have, they haven't.
Wait,
told
you
us.
don't think?
I don't think
you don't think
I
we
don't
did it
think-
back then,
no.
and you still don't
Listen,
think to this day
No, I
we
think
have.
they could do it now, but I never.
They might have done it, but we don't know about.
He's covering himself right
we
there
don't-
with that.
They might have. No.
They might have. They might not have. I'm not sure.
Hear me out. Hear me out. Because
I'm
I'm
hearing,
about
I'm
to say
listening,
some.
I'm listening.
I'm about to say some shit.
Let's
Right?
hear it.
They probably have been, but it wasn't the times that they told us that they've been. And I feel like they've went for reasons that they didn't tell us because there's always secret. You think that the military is going to tell us everything that they do before they do it? Because then you got to think about it. Now
Man, you
Russia
got me
knows.
thinking now.
Now Russia knows. Now China knows. Now all these places know. But in reality, why would you not just go? Let's explore. Let's find the shit that we can find. And so we can have, because really, how do you become valuable in the world as a country? You got to have some shit that other countries don't. So if we're telling, hey, we went to the moon. Oh, so now if y'all weren't trying to get to the moon, now y'all are trying to get to the moon. You feel me? And y'all are, bro, it's really a race to see who's the first one up there. But like, don't you think if we really went, don't you think Russia would be there right now? And they might be. That's the thing. They might be on the moon. But like,
But not back. You don't think
they're not
back
telling
then.
their people that they
Yeah.
went to the moon. And
You think Elon going to the moon?
for sure.
He's going to Mars.
Yeah.
For sure. He probably lives there right now. And all
He
his
probably
videos and
does.
shit is like, yeah. But I be thinking it's deeper than that. If you ever watched like what's it called? The shows where they like doomsday preppers.
Oh yeah.
I feel like it's deeper
Commercials.
than that to where it's like that level of like the people that are trying to get to the moon and shit. I feel like it's like a next level of doomsday. Because why are we trying to figure out how to live on the moon?
I feel like, but
Ask
there's
that question. Ask the question.
there's
Why
so
do we
much
need
to there to explore though out there.
We
in
haven't
space,
even
you know what I'm saying?
explored the ocean.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
true, that's
the
true.
ocean is huge. I can't even. I don't even know
Y'all
what
are
to say, but
spending money to get to the moon, and
When
we've
we haven't
never
even fully-
explored.
yeah,
we've
yeah, that's a
explored
good
what?
point.
How much? What's the percentage?
Like
I'm
90.
gonna-
Was it 97%? I made that number up.
Hasn't-
It might be wrong.
But but either way, it's more than. It's
We
way
haven't
more
e-
than like 70%.
Yeah, it's like 75% of the ocean we haven't even explored.
So how are y'all going to the moon off of the planet? Let alone y'all can explore the oceans that's right here.
And they're trying to get to Mars. We haven't even fully done the moon, right? It's like
That's what I'm saying. But make it make sense,
we don't even got our stuff figured out here on Earth.
bro.
bro. Also, hey, have you ever thought about
know what I'm
this?
saying?
Like, you know how like everything's always controlling, right? Like government's controlling, so we believe stuff. Government throws out stuff, so we're distracted, right?
Yeah.
We're all like on that level, right?
Yeah. We're on that same page, right?
Yeah.
So you know, wait, all right, but if,
I'm like,
wait,
nah,
listen.
that's the one thing I'm like, nah.
Listen. So like history and stuff, like when you're in school as a kid and stuff, I've been thinking about this. Is like the stuff they teach you, like how can you believe that's real? Because like who knows, bro? Like all the things they teach you growing up in elementary school, middle school, high
Yeah.
school, and you read it from a book and this book has been taught like from my parents' kids, whatever, or my parents when
Your
they were in
parents' kids
school.
would be you.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
I'm just kidding.
I meant my parents when they were in school, and then but you know what I'm saying?
No, yeah,
It's
yeah. Like it's passed
down.
down.
It's
It hasn't changed, right?
I don't think
Like that's what
much.
you're saying. Like it's
But,
the
Nah,
same.
nah.
but if
and-
it, but if it
And when it does change, they question it. So that's the problem.
Because
is
you
that-
can literally rewrite history in those books.
Well, you can rewrite. You can rewrite. Well. Okay, I was thinking that we was talking about like science and shit. So if you go in science class,
Well,
science
still,
books haven't
everything.
changed, but science changes every day.
Yeah.
Because like, and not that science.
Like they thought the Earth was flat, and now they know it's not. Unless you think it's flat, you probably do.
But I'm saying like wars and stuff. Like how do I know that war happened, or is that there so like
Like the War of
so
1812. Did
so-
it really happen in
I
1812?
don't think it did happen in 18.
So we can just hate other countries and think we're the best.
Well,
You
know,
know, you
you
know,
know
you
other
know,
countries-
you know how they write the textbooks, right? Like depending on what country, and they tell it from the side to make like the textbooks here in the USA, they're made to make the USA look
better.
good, look better. Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that's why like all Americans are so like I think we're all so stuck up because when I go to different countries,
Entitled as
when I
fuck.
go to Asia to visit my family, everybody there is like not on a pedestal. How can I
Yeah.
help you? How
You're
can I help
Asian?
you?
And-
Yeah.
We're all Asian, all of us.
Bro, whoa! Put your
Yo, he
contacts
just-
in.
he
There's
just
no way,
tripping.
bro.
you blew my mind. I couldn't tell. Like, I
Oh
didn't-
really? You thought Hispanic?
He thought you were straight white.
Well, he's tall as shit too.
Yeah, he is.
But you know what I'm
And
saying?
I don't know if that like that's average though. Like or that's not average.
No,
for-
no, no,
for
no,
Asians
no,
to be tall,
no,
right?
no.
Definitely a
Yeah,
little
you're
small.
tall as shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad.
What were we even talking about?
He was talking about he went to see
yeah.
his family
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
and
And
how
they
he
have-
wrote
they
the
have-
history book.
Like Asia, like people are so nice, welcoming. You go to I went to
they have-
Australia, so welcoming. Everybody there is welcoming, and then you come to the United States. and
Standoffish
it's
here.
just like, you know?
I
Yeah.
would hate for somebody's first experience like in America to be in LA. They're gonna think that
That's where we're going
we're
next.
all dickheads, bro. They're gonna hate us. And the thing is, where do you think? All right, so like if it was your first time in this country, a place where you guys have all been, where do you think you would want?
Texas.
Like
Texas?
people that are
People are
friendly.
nice.
Texas
there,
was
bro.
nice, bro. Everyone's
so
like,
nice.
"Hey, how are you doing? Howdy, how you doing, bro?" You know?
Howdy. Yeah.
It's
No,
pretty
but it
nice
was
there.
really welcoming. Texas was solid, bro.
Utah.
Was really nice
It
too.
ain't nothing out there, huh?
Yeah, but the
Mountains.
people, bro. I think we left our car unlocked one day, and
Well, yeah.
one night, and the car was unlocked, and we woke up the next morning. Someone took the keys out, wrote a note, and said, "Hey, you left your door unlocked with your keys in it."
Well,
Don't you wish it
I'm
would-
wondering. I'm wondering why was they checking my car if
Hey,
the door is
hey,
unlocked?
that
you're-
actually does
hey,
make sense.
no,
Now
no,
we
no.
probably have some stuff
No, I
missing.
think I think this is what happened. This is what happened. I don't think that happened at all. I think we went to bed with the keys in the car. Someone left them in the car, and we went to bed. And then we woke up in the morning, and we were like, "Yo, where are the keys at?"
Imagine they were on the counter, dude. Locked
No,
the door
they
and
were-
put them in the crib.
They were in the car. I don't think anyone touched it, but it was just like, if you leave your keys, like in San Francisco, bro, people be leaving their windows down and their trunks open to show that nothing's in there, so that they don't
Yeah.
get their window smashed and robbed.
No.
What about in
Yeah.
Miami when we left?
Well,
we
that's
locked
what
our car.
that's what I'm
We
about to
locked our
bring
car.
up. I bet y'all wish they was like that in Miami because y'all had all the doors locked and they still got in there.
They locked and they stole everything.
Dude, imagine the guy that stole y'all shit. Imagine if he was in Utah when you had parked your shit like that and y'all left that bitch unlocked. Oh, he would have been happy. I ain't got to
He's
break a
like-
window and I can take all this
He's
stuff.
double dose, like back to back on these clowns.
Because he broke the window next to you, the car, probably.
Yeah.
He gonna break the one that's locked, and then he's gonna take everything from y'all's because it's unlocked. That's a crazy story, though. I had all my stuff stolen like that in Atlanta.
You know what's crazy about that story? Let me tell you about how we found out. We woke up, we parked our car on this like sidewalk, and we woke up in the morning. We're walking down the street back to go pick up our car and go drive back home. As we're walking, there's a guy on the side of the road. He's wearing our merch.
Random guy.
Like,
A little older than our typical demographic.
I think he was homeless. He was homeless. So I think we had bananas or something in the car. We were gonna go to the car, come back.
We're like, yo, this is a sign to go help this man out. We're going to go get him some food and come back.
Yeah, and we're like, no way that he's wearing our merch. Like, I don't know how he got it, but that's crazy. Like, maybe someone gave it to him or something.
Bro, what?
Not only was it their merch, it was your shirt, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, for real. I was wearing that yesterday.
That bitch was dirty.
So I'm walking. We go to the car, and boom, shattered windows. Everything's missing. We go back to try and find the guy, and the cops went up to him, but then they didn't have, like, he just said, they asked him where he had the stuff, and they said they checked his tent and everything, and he didn't have it. But who knows where it is? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, the thing that sucks about that is they can't even access, like, the most valuable stuff was probably not the actual stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was like the stuff on the computer. They can't even access it because there's a password on there. So they just got a laptop that they can't even use.
Yeah.
That
All of his
sucks.
songs, bro, that he made for, like a lot of songs.
But think about it, bro. One thing you can take out of that is, yeah, your stuff, you lost all your stuff, but that merch was so fire that he kept it.
Yeah, that's keeping him. That's keeping him warm.
You know what?
Like
probably
the cold
happened?
nights, it's keeping him warm, bro.
It'll
so-
probably make you guys feel better too that it happened. I almost guarantee it. My intuition tell me this how it happened. It was somebody else that broke into it.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
he
it was
was
that.
and he was walking by.
Yeah, I think
He's
that's
like,
what happened.
hold up, you're breaking into that car? That's a fire ass shirt right there.
Of all the shirts he could have taken,
See,
it
that's
was merch.
That's the only reason why I wanted the security footage on the street is not even to catch the person. I wanted to be like have the audio of him saying, "Oh my gosh, that's fire!"
Hey, you gotta get that footage and put in one of your music videos the homeless dude wearing your
Or
shit.
just roll a pre-roll ad before every video, like him saying, "Oh my gosh, it's gonna keep me warm." Like, dude, that would be
He'll
a
be
crazy.
he'll
clip.
be the face of the brand, the ambassador. It'll be him.
How full circle would that be if you found him one day and he was like our first sponsored athlete?
I think we'll bring him on as be a guest on the
And
pod.
then you finally break, like when he's on the podcast, you figure out he's the one that broke in. And, and
then
he's
we're like, "Oh,
no, he walks in, he's like, you guys need some help filming in here? I got an extra camera. Like,
like,
I
wait,
got a laptop.
my
Has our
camera, that's
sticker
my
on it?
laptop.
Let me ask you back on some like serious shit. What is the reason like of you starting your YouTube like in general? Of course, obviously you guys seen that. Oh, he posted and oh, I'm gonna. Or you seen his thing and it inspired you? But what made like YouTube? Like it could have been anything. You feel me? What made you inspired
Like,
by
why
YouTube?
YouTube?
Yeah, why YouTube? And like
I'm gonna ask you the same question after.
I don't do YouTube.
But like, I'm gonna ask you why.
Okay.
Dude, I think you want me to go.
Yeah, you go.
I think for me, I always like grew up like just loving videos and just loving how they were made. And it was so cool that like I could watch someone and I was like, dude, that could be me one day. That's the only thing that inspired me. And but dude, we started when we were so young. There was no
You guys are
like
still super young. What are
I
y'all,
was
20 now?
13. I was 13.
he was
when we started.
13 and now he's 19. I was like 16, now I'm 22. But dude, when we started, I think we were so young, there was no overarching plan of like, we're going to do this, get this many subscribers, make this much money, get here, retire our
So you would
parents,
say
do
a
all
lesson
this.
that you learned because y'all got a lot of 10, 8-year-olds that watch y'all.
Yeah.
Start now of whatever you're trying to do. Don't beat yourself up, but like you never know the
And
possibility.
just have fun with it, man.
Have
like,
fun.
Enjoy the
because
journey.
the journey, like it's so cliche. The journey is the destination, but it is, bro. Because there's no destination.
Like the whole thing that you're
You
talking
gotta-
about, where it's like, yo, I'll get these accolades, or I'll be happy once I get the car, the house, the woman, whatever. But then you get there, and then you're like, oh, this is it. But if you're happy like during the journey, then you'll just be happy even once you get them or without them.
There will not be an arrival. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a constant like, dude, I love doing this, and figuring out. That's something I'm learning too, is figuring out that stuff you love changes over time.
Yep.
Like the same stuff we made is not bringing me the same happiness, and that's something I'm trying to navigate right now. Is what
That's good.
do
though.
I want?
That's
What do I
good,
want in life?
Because that's
And
evolution. Because what's gonna happen is you look at people's most successful thing. It wasn't what they first started. Now what they first started led them to that. The car wash isn't the reason why I'm where I'm at, but it's a huge role in why I'm where I'm here or why I'm here. You know what I'm saying? The YouTube was just bigger than your car wash or bigger than you having to work at
the ice cream.
the ice cream shop. But in reality, the podcast is a great thing to transition if you're really good at having conversations and you're good at.
How do you think we are? How do you think this podcast?
I mean, I feel like y'all are getting me to talk about like some good stuff. I feel like, and for us to be able to go for like an hour 30. I mean, he ain't really said much, but I feel you because it's a little bit secluded. Maybe fix that. But then again, I would only fix that. I don't want to sit there. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Only because I'm very familiar with podcasts and I see. But if the guest is sitting on the outside,
Yeah.
y'all are talking to them. You feel me?
Yeah, that's what.
That's
but
key.
you feel like you're in it.
Oh, I'm in it, but I be forgetting he's here. And I'm like, oh, what's up, bro? Because I don't have the headphones on either. So when he talks, I'm
It's
just,
fine, bro. It happens a lot.
No. But that's what I'm saying. I think you guys
No,
are.
yeah,
I
I
think
agree.
you guys are really good, like at engaging and being in conversations and stuff, and allowing your guests, I guess, to talk, but also
Yeah.
giving good game. But like the point I'm trying to make is just, you can have different levels of shit. So like YouTube is really successful for you, but just because it works for you doesn't mean that you have to do it when you're 30. It just means that it needs to lead you into something else. And
See, that's awesome,
always
bro.
elevating.
Is that I feel the pressure of like, because it's successful and because it's working, is that you have to keep it going. You have to keep it.
Yeah.
It's like it's working. This is bringing everything. You have to keep it, but you don't.
Yeah,
And
like,
the only reason why we think we do is because everyone else around is like, dude, it's going. You got to make sure you're.
you know what that is?
And
You
I-
paying
They
don't
attention to these other
understand.
people?
They don't understand.
You
like,
know what
not
that is?
everyone, Go
Your
ahead, go.
ego. That's all it is, bro. Is your ego saying, I can't take a step back because I'm gonna look like or feel like I lost everything because the numbers ain't gonna hit the same. Your podcast obviously isn't gonna hit the same numbers as your YouTube video was, but it's more genuine. It's more yourself. It's more. It's more passion behind
passionate.
it.
more long term, more happiness.
Yeah, but this also doesn't have to be something that happens forever. You seen Logan Paul and them was gonna end their podcast, and he's like, "Nah, I couldn't." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But in reality, like with me, bro, I don't want to take photos. I don't want to take photos for the rest of my life. And I think that's a reason of why.
Well, you think you'll still always love it though? Like taking photos? Like I feel like we'll still always like making videos. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
Yeah,
still like
yeah, for sure. I will to an extent, but
Yeah.
finding a different way about it. Like, you know,
you'll
what
do it, but maybe for a different
like
reason.
more passion based instead
Like,
of like,
literally
oh, I gotta
everything-
post every week like to get something out. You know what I'm saying?
and rather just like that's where I'm getting. I feel like my ego has changed so. I feel like this period when we've been on this trip is the most that we've had a break in like a long time. As weird as it is, like before it was like this, and we're still doing like this, but it's more of like me looking at everything and realizing like what I truly like deep down,
And what is that?
and letting go of
what do you truly like, though?
That's what
letting
I'm-
go of what? Hold up. I'm
letting go of my ego of saying like I don't need to be the biggest. I don't need to have the most views to be happy. Like it doesn't. I don't know. It just
Like
doesn't.
in the beginning,
It's
if
a
it fuels you.
never-ending chase.
It's a
That's
never-ending,
the
like-
problem.
Because you're always gonna want more. You had $1 million, then you want $10 million, then you want $20 million, then you hit
Bro,
100.
You're at this point right here, right?
Yeah.
What? How many subscribers you got?
We're like 4.2 on the main channel.
4.2 million. You know how many subscribers I have on my shit?
I don't know.
1.5K, right? So I can look at it like myself and be like, damn, I want to get to 100,000.
Yeah.
100,000 for you that's some bullshit. You could lose 100,000 and not cry over it.
Hey, the podcast.
But you
we
see
we
what I'm
still ain't
saying?
100K
You see
yet.
what I'm saying of where
Subscribe.
like
Subscribe.
of where my don't.
I always put
don't-
myself in that mindset too of like the original me. If like sometimes we get like 300,000 on a main channel YouTube video, I would be like, yo, that video didn't do the best, dude. If we posted that back in the day, I would be running around my house like screaming, going crazy.
That's why you got to keep that what we was
Perspective.
talking about, that perspective, but that purpose first.
Yeah.
Because if you start to lose track of the purpose and you start to let the numbers
Yup.
lead you into a direction, oh, I'm gonna do what gets me numbers, not do what's for my purpose. You'll start to lose yourself. And you'll start to, oh, I'm doing everything for the numbers. You might not value the numbers, but you know that.
Subconsciously, even
The numbers
it'll
bring
be
in
like,
money. The
oh,
money
this is doing
survives,
successful.
Yeah, but in reality, I mean, it is what it is, and like you're gonna have to tap into.
Hey, it is what it is.
Oh yeah, it is what it is. Shameless plug there. You feel me? But you're gonna have to do things like that.
I feel like there's a balance. Because if you go too
A
far,
balance.
if you go too far one way, maybe like not as many people will tap into your stuff because like it's so like niche and like not many people want to hear about it. But then if you go too far the opposite way and you're making stuff that's not true to you, it'll just like screw you over mentally, and then
Yeah.
you just won't be happy making your
Yeah.
stuff. There's no longevity in
And
that.
I think that's the hardest part for like my growth right now, right? Is because I'm starting off being myself from the beginning. And people aren't used to that. People are used to people that's just viral clips. And you think about the biggest celebrities, you look at what they posted, most of the time it wasn't them having real ass conversations or no, the only people that have stuff like that is like motivational speakers and stuff. But like I'm talented with like my camera and stuff. But in reality, everything I don't post is about the camera. I never post about me doing photography. In all honesty, on my main like Instagram page, I never posted photography. And it was because I always just used my photos to get into rooms. But like when I'm into those rooms, like trying to make an impact. So like I've always kind of, and I feel like people can say I did it wrong, and sometimes I feel like I did it wrong because I feel like I could be in a way better financial position if I would have did things a little bit differently. But one thing I know that has never changed is I've always been myself, and I've never sold out for shit. I've never sold out for not one view. I've never not been myself to be in a certain room or to feel like I'm to get one girl. I've never not been myself. Everything that has surrounded me is because I've always been myself. So you're not around me unless you like who I am. You feel me? But I'm so much of myself that I don't care if you don't like me because I'm me.
Mm-hmm.
What am I supposed to change myself because you don't like me? Because you sitting across from me, you're like, hey, bro, I'm not supposed to change myself. And that's where people get so caught up in changing themselves for everybody that they never be them for them.
That was good.
Wow, bro.
Round of
Dude,
applause for that.
I
That was
literally-
actually like, I feel like a lot of people can relate to that because, I mean, even me sometimes I would feel myself like maybe subconsciously or I just feel uncomfortable and then start acting different and then, you know?
Yeah, you feel like you have to be this certain way for some people and this way for certain people, and then you don't even know who you are at the end of the day.
Like to please them almost.
Exactly. But the thing is what sucks is because you can be fake and get more views. And that's what everybody does.
See, that's why I don't respect the whole industry of like
me neither.
everything's fake, bro. I would say literally like 80% of everything is fake, and that's what makes me unhappy in this thing is because it's like, bro, doing everything real takes so much more effort and time, and then you see people faking stuff, getting 10 times more, getting 100 times more, and you can't find your value in that.
See, I don't
you
know
what
if
I'm
it's
saying?
just like my intuition is too good, but like as a viewer, I don't watch shit that I feel is fake.
No. I know, but you're rare. I feel like you're rare, though.
I feel like we all.
I'm gonna clip that. I'm gonna need that.
You're a rare
I'm
breed.
clipping that.
I feel
You're
like
a rare breed.
We all see it differently though, because we've been around it, and
Yeah.
like when I was like young and I was watching these like fake videos, I probably couldn't tell that they're fake because I had no idea like what making real videos was like. But I don't know, you know.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. These people can get views off of doing anything. If you decide that you're a basketball player, you can just go make TikToks about basketball and stunt like everything. Like, hey, come guard me.
How do you feel about yourself at the end of the day?
Probably pretty good because the numbers, because
Temporarily, though.
only because if I value myself to do fake shit, I'm gonna value what that fake shit brings me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna look at myself and be damn, I hate that I did this, unless unless it hits me and I'm like, damn, I ain't
Because
been.
those people value the numbers or the money more.
Some
So when
people-
they get that, they're happy.
Well, they do it to get it. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
that
yeah,
they
yeah.
did it and it happened.
It's
Yeah.
like exactly what you said. It's like a means to get like the end thing, which
Yeah,
is the
it's
money.
like fucking people over to gain something. You're not gonna gain that and then be like, damn, I shouldn't have fucked them over because you knew you was doing it the whole time.
Yeah.
While you're editing that little fake ass video, you knew it was fake. You feel me? People be editing.
Do you ever want to make a whole documentary like exposing like the whole industry?
Bro, this
Is that
guy's
some-
been talking.
Dude,
about
I
it
want
the
to.
past few
Like, we're
days.
going to LA for the next month. We're going to LA, and bro,
Better hope no one's watching this.
I don't
bro.
even care, bro. Because if you're not real, I don't want to be with you. I don't want to talk. I don't know. You know what I mean? I just think about it like, dude, the more you grow up, the more you see. I don't know. When you're a kid, everything's like, you know.
What about movies?
like this.
Wait,
Hold
wait,
on.
wait.
Hold on. I
You're
get that.
on- you're
You
on,
didn't say no words, but I get that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
As a kid, you feel like everything in life is figured out. You feel like everybody that is in a position is there because they have that figured out. You are a little kid. You think I'm a photographer because I have it figured out. I think you're a YouTuber because you have it figured out. I think you're a parent because you know how to be a parent.
Even a doctor. You think that guy operating on you?
Whoa.
You
Why
think
do you-
he's
why do
you think he's amazing? That guy goes home and has his own stuff he deals with. He might mess up one day. He's
about
not
to fuck you up.
He's not a robot.
Why do you think they call it a practice?
Oh! Because he's practicing on your organs, bud.
It's called a medical practice, bitch. That shit is not a medical do it right.
It better be a medical perfect if you're operating, you know?
Even like a
lawyer.
A
My
lawyer,
mind
they
right
call
there.
it a
They mess up,
practice.
boom, he's in jail 20 years instead of 5.
Yeah, but it's not necessarily them messing up because you think that these people don't go home and be like, "Damn, next time I gotta do this is because I didn't do that right."
I gotta stitch him up a little
there's
bit
not
better.
there's not a specific way, bro. What separates the best in anything? You're looking at lawyers, you're looking at YouTubers, looking at pro athletes, is the people that know that they're good, but the people that they have to know that they're good. Because if you don't, you're not gonna know what to charge. You're not gonna know your value. You have to know your value, but then align that with trying to always get better. So knowing that I'm good, but always trying to get better. So you need that lawyer and that doctor. After you do my heart surgery, your ass better go home and think like, could I have done anything better?
Yeah, yeah.
Because
Was
if you
he
fuck me
leaking
up and
too
I die in
much?
2
Well,
years,
dude, that's what we do on the podcast. Every time after we watch it and we're like, can we do better? That's why we're the best podcast in the metaverse, bro.
yeah. And I just want you guys to know that the camera was not rolling when I originally said that. So I just got to take a little bit of credit from you. 'Cause
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
Y'all are the best podcast in the metaverse, but that's my quote that I said. So I'm gonna sell you that quote.
We got the Nebula though. We got the Nebula. That's ours.
What is
That's
that?
on lock.
Nebula, the metaverse will be in the Nebula, so technically.
What is that?
Well, you don't believe in space or the moon, so I don't know if you know what,
What
the Nebula is.
See, y'all, I tell y'all one conspiracy type of thing, and y'all launch me off to say that aliens are among us, like type of thing. What is it? Y'all explain it though. What are y'all talking about?
Oh, it's just like a space term. I'm not. It's like a.
Y'all are into like the NFT space and all that, the metaverse, all that.
Oh, that was a clean transition. I was talking about like space, and then you said the space.
But we was talking about.
That was clean.
What you guys think?
I mean,
about
I don't really know. I was planning on buying my first NFT this weekend, but I didn't do it because it was confusing.
Which one?
I don't really know. Someone told me to buy it, and I trusted their opinion. And I was like, I might buy it.
I know you don't fuck with the metaverse. I know you talking about conspiracy theories and shit. Anybody that fucks with conspiracy theories just knows that the metaverse is not
I don't
real.
know. It'd be dope to like. I would like to do it once and be like, all right, cool.
Like you own.
I'm interested to see what the future
Like, go in,
brings.
like try the.
Oh, go in the metaverse.
What do
Yeah.
Is
y'all
that
think the
a right
future
term?
holds though? If the metaverse is our future, think about how much you played video games when you was younger. Imagine instead of me going to math class and then I come home and sit on GTA all day, I put these goggles on and I'm logged out. And
Or you logged in.
and logged into the whole different world. To where instead of me going to play 2K on the game and just stare at my TV and watch my mom come in and tell me to clean up,
You're gonna actually.
I'm laying on the bed with goggles watching porn. But like real life, like no, but like I'm making jokes.
That's why he wants to go to the metaverse.
I don't
Hey,
like
hurry
it.
up and make these things.
I don't like the metaverse. Y'all are like or do y'all not know anything?
No, I want to
about it?
live in real life, but I think it's gonna be cool. I think it's gonna
I
be
think
cool.
it's gonna fuck a lot of shit up.
I think we're already messed up as it is.
But think about how bad it is by just what we have. Our
That's
little
what I'm saying,
phones,
bro.
our technology.
Everyone's gonna be living in it one day. It's just going that direction, and you, like you said, you have to be
Oh, what?
not. You have to be not playing the game.
That's it. And that's what
For
a lot of
everything
that's
in
what a
life.
lot of things. You can't be playing their game because
That's the only way they can win is if you're playing it.
you got to play what? Oh yeah,
Any
yeah.
game.
But you
Any
can
game.
you can win your game though, and that's what you create in your head. You feel me? I create what my values are. I create what I accept as reality. Because in all seriousness, you have a goal of reaching something. If you come tell me that goal, I might tell you, that don't make no sense. But in your mind, every day you wake up, that's in your mind of like, this can be my reality. And one day it will be.
As long as it makes sense to you.
As long as it makes sense to you.
And I think that's a great way to end this episode. David, thank you for coming on, bro. This was a great episode. A lot of just great bits in there, bro.
You want to plug anything?
Yeah, you want to plug
real
anything?
quick?
Say any like last words, like last piece, if you have.
If you don't
something to
believe in
say.
yourself, who will, bro?
Yup.
That's it. I don't need to plug anything, bro.
He's unplugged.
I mean,
He's
I guess,
unplugged.
Okay.
Oh, no, we already cut it.
No, it's over. It's over. It's over. It's over.
No, we
You already
rolling.
finished it?
Sorry, bro. Can't. Too late. You should have taken your opportunity. You waited too long. You were thinking. I'm just kidding. Go.
Nah, I'm only gonna plug it because I feel like people do need to hear it. Like if I'm just doing regular shit,
Yeah.
then cool. But like I don't care about the numbers and none of that. But people that do need, like I'm not stupid. I know that people need motivation and talks like this. But I do this all the time. So like you guys can like follow me on Instagram or whatever if y'all want to. But just for y'all,
Definitely.
only do it for y'all.
If
though,
you're
like,
at the end of this, dude, go follow him. Because if you made it through all this,
if
it
you
means
made it through all
care.
this,
It
I'm
means you
sure they
care.
probably know too much about me already.
Yeah.
They probably know.
They probably don't
want
want to follow you because they're like, all right, got enough
You're
of
like,
this
fuck
guy.
this
2
guy.
hours of this guy.
But
Maybe.
honestly,
don't follow
though,
me.
honestly, him talking to me like helped me out. I feel a little bit better.
I'm sorry that we
amazing.
didn't talk to you enough. Maybe
No,
we'll-
you're good, bro.
I'm gonna have him.
We're gonna
on-
talk after this though, even.
True.
But just listening to everything you said was so wise.
Yeah, bro,
Like,
it was
I just
very-
needed to like. It was a good reminder. Like everything you said, it's like I knew, but then I was like reminded of everything. It just
Yeah.
like helped me out.
Like
you know?
I feel like all of us. I can speak for all three of us. Maybe all four of us. We feel better now than we did at the beginning of the podcast.
Yeah.